Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Virtual Encounters. I'm Abhishek Mahajan. Well, like Olympics, we did exceptionally well in Paralympics too, winning 19 medals in total. And remember, we had sent a contingent of 19 in Rio Paralympics in 2016, and this time we have won 19 medals in total in Tokyo Paralympics. So, in that case, it's a very big leap. There are names who did exceptionally well, and one name that will always come to the mind would be Avni Lekhra, Indian shooter who has won 2 medals, including 1 gold, and she also became first Indian woman to win gold in Olympics or Paralympics for that matter. Her coach, who honed her skills, is with us today on DD India. Suma Shirur is with us. Coaches play a very important role, and she has herself been part of 2004 Athens Olympics. She has won Arjun Award also, Asian Games medalist, 3 medals in Commonwealth Games, also world record holder. Welcome, Suma. Welcome to DD India. Uh, she has won. Avni Lekhra has won 2 medals, including 1 gold medal. First Indian woman to win Olympic gold or Paralympic gold, I should say. You must be a very proud coach, and big congratulations to you.
Thank you so much, Abhishek, for inviting me on the show. And yes, it's a very proud moment for me because I've been coaching for so many years, and with Avni, I've been there for the last 4 years. And when you start off with a young teenager, when they're just barely 16, 17, and then you start off with them and you see them as mature adults who are ready to perform, I think it's been a very satisfying journey. And yes, you're right, I'm feeling very proud of the
Mm.
moment.
Right. Avni won 2 medals, bronze and gold. You expected this before the start of the tournament?
I definitely wanted her to win a medal, and 1 medal is what we plan for. It's like she shoots 4 events, so definitely you can't uh, doing exceptionally well in all 4 events is not so easy. And since she's a very young shooter, so we decided 2 out of the 4 events to be our goal competition. And definitely out of that, it was like one of the events we're going to make it to the finals, and let's see how it goes. And the other event, yes, definitely one event was something, and for both of it, like 4 events you play, and if you don't win a single medal, it's not, it's not done. So yeah, definitely one, yes, but the second was like, let's make it to the finals and then we see how it goes. So deep inside, I think we knew that we had a chance, being able to do it is completely different. And I think Avni has shown a lot of strength in being able to deliver at such a
Yeah.
high.
Suma, she's just 19, and we see a very matured head. I mean, does she realize that how big is this to finish on the podium at just the age of 19? And is this because of you? She's just 19, not a big reaction after winning. We saw Abhinav Bindra not giving any reaction, Gagan Narang also. All of you, all you shooters are like that?
I think so. I think it's like an what do you say, a byproduct of the game. So so I remember in my years, all when anyone asked my husband to describe me, he would say, even if my house is on fire, you'll see Suma walk down the stairs. That's what. So I really think it's a byproduct of the game, and I think it's important. And Avni at her age, I think is extremely mature in the head.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why she's been able to perform at this very high level. So the day she starts reacting very excitedly is the day I'll get worried, I think.
Yeah. No, but again, I mean, how is she? I mean, naturally, she's very calm and composed. I mean, or you had to work on her mental aspect also.
No, I think naturally she is a little impatient from what I
Okay.
see, and from what I've worked with her. And my presence with her there definitely has got an element of calmness in her. And also technically, of course, we've been working,
Yeah.
but she definitely got her calmness. But what she comes with is the fighter. I think that's the one element where Avni is a fighter. And I remember in the first match, there was so much pressure, but she didn't give up till the end, and she fought through it, until a point where slowly she could find her game, and her process was flowing. So not giving in and staying there and fighting it out is something that a shooter has to come. And this is what has been her plus point, and this is the reason why I we always say that we are a great combination, where I bring in the calmness and she brings that fighting spirit, and
Okay.
she could just finish it so wonderfully.
Mm. But what makes her different? She won gold and then she had to participate in two more events, if I'm not wrong.
Three more
It's
events, I
all,
think.
yeah, it's all about preparing mentally also. What did you tell her? I mean, maybe when she was celebrating, you said, no, no, hang on, there are three more events left.
No, actually, I think this was definitely coming from Avni, because after the first event, she didn't want to do any celebration, or she didn't
Okay.
even want to, go through these the media and stuff. So, in fact, we had to tell her that at least day one she'll have to have do at least one or two media interactions,
Okay.
which is also important for the
Yeah.
sport. And but because we had a few, at least 1 or 2 days more until her next important goal competition, I think that one day was where she could still relax a little bit. But definitely until the events were over, or until the three position event, 50-meter event was our next goal competition. So at least until that was done, Avni was in no mood for any celebration, and neither. So that kind of took one worry off me, that I don't have to kind of restrict her, prepare her, or close her down. It was really something that, because she prepared so much, and
Okay.
we prepared ourselves to win. And Avni, with all that preparation, you can't just give it away in one go. So it was good preparation, and good preparation to win in at least two events.
I've heard that she was inspired by Abhinav Bindra also. Abhinav Bindra's gold in 2008. She must have been only 6, 7 years old. Do you want to point out the similarities also between Abhinav and Avni?
I would say from what I've seen, because I and Abhinav had the same coach, so we've had many years, training at similar times whenever we went with our coaches. So I think the one similarity that I see is, like him, Avni too is a perfectionist, and she's
Okay.
never satisfied. She's never satisfied. Even if everything goes well, she's still whining that there's one something that still is not good. And so I think that's an asset that she comes with, and she's always trying for that one element that needs to be perfect. So that's the good thing. Even after the gold medal, she was like, all the time, my last shot was a 9.9, so she was still not happy. So
So that's the sign of a champion, no?
yeah, that's the sign of a champion, and that is what kind of is is what makes a champion, actually.
Hmm. But now, Suma, you are the best person to answer this question. What is so special about her? And how was she different from others? Did you realize this when you, in the beginning only, when you started coaching her? You said 4 years ago that she could do big in her career, and she needs a special coaching. Maybe you need to work on some aspects, and if you work on that, she'll be a champion.
I think with Avni, when she came to me, she was a very confused personality. She really didn't
Okay.
have any direction. There was a lot of she wanted to do a lot of things, but there were a lot of issues in her shooting, and also in her self belief. And I think she was still, there was a lot of negativity, and
Okay.
but as we started working technically, I think all those clouds began to clear in her head. And but Avni definitely has been extremely demanding, and and that demanding was because she wanted more and more and more, and she wanted to like clear things out. So she's been very demanding. But at that point of time when we started, like how I do with all athletes, I'm just preparing them to get better and better technically, because I believe that once you're better, you're not really thinking about medals or big events, big matches. That's not what you start with. You start with the basics, with getting their entire system scientifically right, and then getting the positions right, the rifle setup. So it was really a lot of technical stuff that we did together. But definitely what sets Avni apart is the details with which she works with, and the perfectionist in her. Because I remember one incident where she said, "Ma'am, rifle niche ja rahi hai, niche." She was like, "It's not going well." Then I wanted to know how, and the way she was saying, I
Yeah.
thought rifle is going on, it's pointing at the floor only, because she's like, and then it was just one little tiny bit down. And then I said, okay, so that's the level of
Mm.
detail. And then what adjustment I had to do was really minuscule. But then she was not satisfied, she wanted that done. So
Mm.
I think this is what sets her apart, where you know chalta attitude is not there. 90
Is
19
she not
piece nahi
satisfied
chhodenge.
with her two medals also? Is she saying that no, I should have won two more medals?
No, see, that's the shooter in her. It's not
Huh.
about the medals, it's about the
Yeah.
performance. So the
Mm.
language is more, technical. It's not that
Mm.
say even when we won the bronze medal, it was, yes, I was happy because she in fact, I'm more happy with the bronze medal match because the qualification was
Okay.
20 points more than what her
Mm.
previous
Yeah.
personal best was,
Yeah.
and she qualified breaking a world record. So
Mm.
for me, that I am very proud of her, second event in which she won the bronze. So and then again, this is something I should have done better. मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है I could have done better. I said that's a very nice feeling to come out with. So with
Mm.
her, yes, medals. I mean, she goes out there to win. That's what everyone wants.
Yeah.
But to be technically prepared and worked, and have a technical mindset is something that is what makes Avni really stand out. and
Mm.
and that is what I feel is going to also take her forward, where
Yeah.
that technically there are so many things that you still need to work on. So how can you be
Mm.
satisfied with the gold medal?
Yeah,
So
absolutely. And the process, I think, is very important.
process is very
That's, yeah.
important. More process oriented. There are
Yeah.
still so many things I need to work at, and so that's the one thing that really makes her stand out, I think.
Hmm. But Suma, overall, if we talk about this Paralympics 2020, it's big, 19 medals in total. We had sent a contingent of 54, 5 gold medals and 5 in shooting also. Uh, how is this big leap? 24th position overall. Uh, where will it take the para sport?
I think definitely it speaks volumes about the good
Hmm.
work being done in the last, 4 5 years. Because until then, parasport was really,
Hmm.
not. It was still not. People didn't know about it, and it was still not considered, mainstream. So there was still a difference, and I'm sure there's been a lot of work done in that field, and so I must really, appreciate the effort from the government, and in which the sports, the government and PCI, SAI, and parachuting, and efforts coming from all directions in making this tops. First time I think tops included parasport in their
Yeah.
scheme, which
Yeah.
is huge, I think. And apart from this, also the private sponsors.
Hmm. And also, we want to talk about Prime Minister Narendra Modi here. When he spoke to Avni Lekha after she won the medal, and he often speak to and the athletes. I mean, in the Olympics also we saw before the event and after they won the medals, and even players who could not win medal, like hockey team is the biggest example, women's hockey team. He spoke to these girls also. Do you think it's very encouraging, very motivating that the country's prime minister is speaking to the athletes?
I think that's huge. You know, this
Mm.
is really the one time that I have become an even greater fan of our Prime Minister, because nobody had done this kind of, this kind of one-on-one with all the athletes. And even for Paralympics, I mean, it was not that only the Olympic Games is
Yeah.
important. Even the same thing continued for the Paralympics. There was this interaction with the prime minister before the and it was not just an interaction, it was like a
Yeah.
really nice long one-on-one interaction. And when the prime minister is backing something, and when the prime minister announces, I think it's like a direct relay to the entire country.
Yeah.
And people who didn't even know what Paralympics is about, actually, I think would have Googled what it's all about. So this is the way, I mean, the kind of support that the Prime Minister has given has really boosted the morale of the
Yeah.
entire team. And speaking and congratulating the athletes one on one after their medal winning performance, I think it's immense. It's really it means everything, I think, for the athlete.
Indeed, absolutely. But Suma, was it difficult to manage everything during the pandemic? I mean, you must have faced a lot of challenges. The preparation also must have been hit big time. And despite that, athletes doing so well.
Actually, yes, because I think it was only in India that we had a complete shutdown for two,
Yeah.
3 months, including all the Olympic and the Paralympic athletes. So while I think all over the world, the Olympians and the Paralympians could continue with their training, but
Yeah.
it was only in India, I think we really had a complete shutdown. So that was something that was very worrisome, because I personally, I think after 3 months of sitting at home, after 2 to 3 months of sitting at home, I called up Avni. I said, "ऐसे नहीं चलेगा, Avni. We'll have to do something and find a way."
Mm.
So she said, "How can I go to the range with this COVID situation?" And then I said, the range was also shut down. And then I said, "We'll have to set up a range in the house." Thankfully, 10-meter range is something that we can all have it in the house. I had it in my house. So Avni, I
Okay.
said, we'll have to do it at home, and her family kind of were open to this idea. And this is where I think she got her electronic target, and it was funded by the government, and by the top scheme, and she got it and installed it in her house. And that's where we started online training. So
Okay.
I think the COVID sometimes has helped us, it has taught us how to use technology to our advantage. So I
Mm.
think it's the first time we started online training. And because we had a good base the previous 2 years, I think online training also kind of became more and more, useful, and more, we could make the most of it. So this is how we continued training even in the COVID times. It was challenging, but yes, because of the connection we've had. And Avni also has another gift where she can verbalize her thoughts, her emotions, her technical issues, everything really well.
Okay.
So because of that, uniqueness about her, it also the online sessions became very, very productive, because if a shooter cannot do that, then it's a little bit,
Yeah.
becomes a little more challenging. But with Avni, it's been possible. So I think this is where the entire journey, somehow through good times and through not so good times, we've been able to continue to work technically and prepare for a big win.
Right. And thanks to the technology also, I think because of the technology only we are speaking to each other. And who would have thought that we'll do the interview like that? Talking about shooting overall, you travel with shooters also in Olympics, and now as Avni's coach too in Paralympics, and currently you're the high performance coach also of the junior team. How do you see the future of shooting?
I think we've come this far from.
Mm.
I think it was in 2004 in my Olympics when I made it to the
Mm.
Olympic final. That
It
first
is.
time we had shooters winning with a quota place.
Yeah.
And I think and we've come this far where we have, even with the Olympic team, I think there were so many shooters who had entered the Olympics being top ranked players. That clearly shows that we've definitely done something right, due to which you have so many athletes who are at the top world level. And also with the Paralympic team, I would say it's the first time they have gone into a Paralympics with so many quota places. That's the
Yeah.
first time. So I think shooters in general know, now we know that we have it in us, and it's just about getting them technically ready in the right way. Having talent is one thing, but we also need to groom them technically the right way for big wins, and we are well on our way. And having Abhinav in the gold cleared everyone's perception that Indians can't win at a big stage. I think after that, the next generation started to think of winning. So that was the one big thing that Abhinav's win did. And what Avni's win has done is it's destroyed everyone's perception that probably a woman is not able to do it, because we've never had a woman gold medalist till date. So I think Avni has shattered that perception. So I think now we have a very clear field, and every athlete who comes out there is not going to have anything that's going to limit them mentally. So that's the greatest thing that these champions have.
But I'm talking about you, Suma. Just 2-3 questions before we wrap this up. You yourself took part in Athens 2004, world record holder, 2 Asian Games medals, 3 Commonwealth Games medals, and since 2006, you have been coaching also. This is how you always thought of giving back to sports?
Well, when I started off, it was always because I wanted to, kind of prove something to myself that, I can do something and I'm good enough. And it was that inner ambition. So after I did that, actually coaching came to me like it just came to me because in 2004, after I made in my Olympic, final appearance, my town, I live in a town that was 2 hours away from the shooting range. So I used to travel to Mumbai every day, 2 hours one way, 2 hours, 4 hours every day until, for 10 years until I made it to the Olympics. So after that, the people in my town, the local MLA felt that, I have this girl who's traveled so much and made it to the Olympics. We must have a shooting range in this place itself. So that's where, Karnala Sports Academy came up with, a shooting range, and the Lakshya Shooting Club was, it found its place there. And but then I was the only shooter in entire New Bombay. So who's going to teach them? So that's how I got into coaching. So 2006 was my journey in coaching. So that's the point. For the next 10 years, I was also I set up my own team as well. But that's the time when I was shooting also and coaching also. So all the way up until 2017, and in 2018, the president called me and then he said he wants me to take charge of the junior Indian team. And but by then, I was like, I thought this is the right time to make that switch. And so that's when, I switched on. I took up charge of the junior Indian team. So it's been a journey, but let me tell you that I think we are known by the choices we make. So, these are the choices I made, and I think I'm very passionate about the sport. Be it in any
that's
form,
very important.
I'm extremely passionate. So I think that's how I've been to I've been with the Olympics team. I've been the Paralympic team. Now I'm going with the junior team in any form. But I'm so passionate about the sport that I think I'm like, I enjoy doing what I'm doing, and especially being with youngsters. I think I realize that a coach is not just someone who's going to groom them technically. I think we have the power of grooming them for life. And I realize that responsibility today, and I think it's very, very important. And I would like to be part of that journey of every youngster, in grooming them to be better, not just shooters, but better human beings for the country. So yeah, I enjoy doing that. And
it's such a nice way to put it forward, and seriously, your contribution has been immense. But last question before we end this up, what do you want to tell the youngsters? As a coach, we want to know. Youngsters who want to pursue sports, but they don't know initially where to start from, what to do, how to prepare for the international level or national level, I should say. They need to go step by step. What do you want to tell to the youngsters?
I think for every youngster, I would say that they must make sport part of their life,
Okay.
and every day spend at least, an hour for any form of sport or fitness, or just go out for a walk or go out for a run. Do
Hmm.
something for yourself. You owe it to your own body, and it starts at a young age. So do any sport, and once you start with the sport, do it. Don't start off with a feeling that I want to compete and
Yeah.
go and win, and that's not what you start off with. You start because you enjoy it, and then you must find the joy in the game. You must find the joy in the sport. It should be something you do, and it should be something that makes you happy.
Yeah.
And slowly that happiness, and if you have that talent together, will start giving you performances once you start competing. And it's very important to manage your academics, your sports, because at the end of the day, the choice that this is going to be my career comes much later. You can't start off with
Hmm.
sport deciding that this is going to be my career. So that's not something that's happening. So create a good balance, but definitely do sport because you enjoy it, because it gives you joy. And slowly take it one day at a time, 1 month at a time, 1 year at a time, and see where you go, and before you eventually decide that this is going to be my career.
See, so nicely you have put it up. That's why I wanted this answer from you. And any youngster watching, I mean, make it very, very simple. Enjoy whatever you are doing and then take it step by step. Thank you, Suma. Thank you for the wonderful advice for the youngsters. And thank you for the overall answers. You were superb in your interview. And thank you for giving us your precious time to DD India. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Abhishek.